Joined by Dr. Mimi Syed, an emergency medicine physician who volunteered in Gaza twice. She and two other medics were denied entry while carrying baby formula and medicines in Gaza just a couple of days ago. Dr. Mimi, thank you so much for being on the programme. So first things first, why do you think you were denied entry into Gaza? Do you or the other doctors pose a threat?
Yeah, I mean, that's the exact problem is we are never given a reason as to why we are denied entry. Dozens of my colleagues have been denied in the past few months, and there is never any reason given by COGAT, by Israel. There is no process to appeal the process or to appeal the decision. We're left to speculate all of it. My other colleague that was denied, both her and I have been very vocal against the Israeli policies and also expose what we saw in Gaza both times. When I was there in August, I spoke up and I was in media, but then more so after December. And we have criticized the policies and the things that we were seeing in Gaza at the time. So we're only left to speculate. But also, this is another level of destruction, a deliberate targeting of the healthcare system. We have already seen it targeted and destroyed, but the little aid that foreign doctors can provide, even that has been taken away from the local doctors. With us, we take life-saving skills, we take medical supplies, we take food, and the colleagues that are on the ground right now in Gaza, the local doctors, they were waiting for us. They had plans to have us provide relief for them. And when we had to tell them that we were denied, they were devastated because they know that we can help, we can provide some relief.
And they were obviously devastated, but what was the effect on you and the doctors with you? I mean, you also must have been feeling that same sense of devastation, no matter how little or how much, baby formula you were holding in your arms.
Exactly. I mean, we have to plan. We have to take off time from work. We have to travel. I flew 12 hours just to get to Amman, and then to be told at the very last minute that you aren't allowed in, and there's no reason for it. It leads you to believe it's the same reason that journalists aren't allowed into Gaza, the same reason the journalists in Gaza are killed. It's because doctors, when they go in, they expose the truth and they talk about what they witnessed. And yes, the aid that I was carrying was not going to solve the problems in Gaza. It wasn't going to solve the starvation crisis. But it was a little bit. I had enough formula that I could provide some substantial relief for some of the NICU babies, but that was all taken away. But they never do give a reason, and there is no pushback. I think that's one of the frustrating things is this has become so easy for Israel to just deny foreign health workers and not give any reason, and they don't expect any pushback because they aren't given any. There's a lot of fear for pushing back, and that needs to change. They need to be held accountable for this.
So do you feel as if this is the moral duty of more doctors like yourself to hold perhaps Israel accountable and to be more vocal, to say, listen, you have to let us in to do our job, to help these people?
Well, not only the doctors like me, but also the NGOs and WHO and the UN. All of these bodies must hold them accountable and push back and ask why we aren't allowed. I mean, there are patterns here. In March, when they violated the ceasefire, when Israel violated ceasefire, they denied dozens of doctors from entering, entire convoys from entering at that time. And the timing just so happens right now when I was denied just yesterday, they're completely taking over Gaza City. So again, they don't want the collateral damage because it's bad PR for them to have foreign aid workers injured, but also they don't want the world to see what they are doing to Gaza. And so, and now this comes in the middle of the IPC announcing stage 5 famine. This is unacceptable. Aid needs to be allowed in. Foreign aid workers need to be allowed in. There needs to be safe access to this aid that's allowed in.
Now, you say that Israel doesn't want the world to see what's actually going on in the Gaza Strip. But what will be left to see then? What is your worst fear?
And that's exactly what's happening. They have said vocally in the media and proudly that their plans to annihilate Gaza. We're talking about moving almost 2 million people to, so Gaza Strip itself, just for viewers, is about a tenth the size of Rhode Island, which is the smallest state in the United States. 88% of that amount of space is going to be inaccessible to the people of Gaza. So they are going to be told to go all the way to the south for almost 2 million people. We already see diseases coming out of being overcrowded, lack of sanitation, and no clean water. So that's an impossibility. Physically, that's not possible to move that many people into that amount of space. So you will naturally have people that will not leave. They're going to stay where they are because they have no other choice. I have a voice note that I shared with the media from a medical student that sent to me and said that she refuses to get displaced again because she will only have to live in the street. And so people like her and other people, they're going to stay in Gaza City, and the Israeli military will kill them. That's what they said they were going to do. So you will have an annihilation of a very large number of people because of.
And Dr. Mimi, just quickly, what is your message then for the people who are waiting for you to help them?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that we have failed you. I'm sorry that the world leaders have failed you. And I'm sorry that the world leaders have turned their back on you. I myself will never stop. I will try, I will appeal, and so will my colleagues. I think that the entire world needs to wake up. The world leaders and the agencies need to push back and stop this. This has been declared a stage 5 famine. And so what is the action that is going to be taken by the world organizations at this point? We need action, not just statements.
Well, we can see that you're still in Jordan, so I do hope that you get to, deliver that much-needed formula to those people that you need to help. Dr. Mimi Syed, it has been an honor to speak to you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.